Mostly desert, close to, of course, it has the Suez Canal. I don't know. It has many things. Of course, apart from the obvious. Mostly desert, close to. Culture's huge. Food is amazing. I don't know. I loved it. I will be back.
Okay, great. Dasha, what do we know? Dasha and Lucia.
Well, I'm passionate about the Egyptian history and Egypt, but besides, I didn't know anything about the modern culture in Egypt, so only the history.
Yeah, pharaohs, pyramids.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
well,
I like food. Yes.
I have few interesting facts about Egypt with me to share with you guys. First of all, it says that Cairo is the biggest city in whole MENA region. First of all. Secondly, the oldest dress in the world was found in Egypt. It was 5,000 years old. So ladies started having dress at that time. They were quick there. And Egypt has 2 seasons. Normally we have autumn and winter, but Egypt has only summer and winter directly. There is no transition in middle. That's another fact. Beer was invented in Egypt, surprisingly.
Nice.
Beer was invented in Egypt. Yeah. So that's something nobody can imagine.
Yeah.
And pyramids. Lucia just mentioned pyramids. Lucia, do you know the biggest pyramid is not in Egypt?
No. Where? Not in Egypt.
It is in Mexico.
In Mexico, yeah. Mexico.
Yeah. The biggest pyramid is in Mexico. But these are the more famous ones. Yeah. And the calendar that we follow, 365 days calendar, it was also invented in Egypt. Yeah. One interesting thing that I read about it is wedding rings were used in Egypt for the first time. So we are in trouble after that. We men are in trouble after that. We have to buy those. Yeah. So there are a few very interesting facts about Egypt. The pharaoh reigned for 94 years. That was the longest reign of any pharaoh. And there is a girl in Egypt whose name is Facebook. Her name is Facebook Jamal Ibrahim. Good luck to that girl.
I will bet you whatever you want that she's not the only one.
Well, she may not be the only one, but there you go. There is one there as well. Yeah. So yes, there are
I bet you whatever you want. There's a place called Maracaibo in Venezuela that people is recognized by their weird names. And
yeah, they are.
I bet you there are like 100 Facebooks there, and Instagram and Twitter and I can assure you there's somebody called Donald Trump and Joe Biden. I can assure you that.
It can be a son of Donald Trump who will be called Joe Biden somewhere in the world. Anyways, I think we have a few people joining here, and we have few people joining us on YouTube as well. So I think we should go live now.
Great.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So, okay. Just give me a second and we are live after that. Perfect. Hello and welcome to Global Investment, Real Estate and Residency Show, Egypt. I'm happy to welcome all of you to a new venture where you are going to learn a lot today. It is specially organized by TEG Media, a global marketing platform that specializes in live and online events. I am a director and a part of this exceptional team, and my name is Abdul Basit. We all, most of us actually, have always thought about having a plan B in our lives where we want to see how can we secure our families, where we want to know how can we progress in our lives with our careers, with our businesses, and where do we want to invest, what should be the next step in our lives. And we all at some stage of our life have had this thought. Today, we are going to discuss and guide you what are the legal ways of having a plan B in the countries like USA and Portugal. You can have a successful business with the high returns in USA and relocate there with your family. Just like that, you can actually have a property in Portugal, and based on that property, you can actually become a European resident and avail all the benefits of a European resident. We have experts joining us from Feria DC, USA, and we have experts from Portugal who are representing Umberstar Real Estate. Without any further ado, I would like to introduce our first speakers, ladies who are joining us from Portugal, Umberstar Real Estate. The first lady with us is Lucia Rusetskaya. Lucia is the owner of the company called Umberstar, and she started this business in 2018 with her husband. She's here to help us all with the immigration issues. With her is her colleague, Daria Litvinets. Daria was born in Ukraine and is living in Portugal for last 12 years. She has a wide experience in tourism, and right now she's working with a brilliant team of Umberstar Real Estate. She speaks Russian, Ukrainian, Portuguese, and English. Hello, ladies. How are you doing today?
We're fine. You're ready?
Definitely. We are excited to see what you have for us today and for our audience.
Sure. Hello, everybody. I am very glad to introduce to you Portuguese program, Golden Visa. This program is for investors that want to get the property in the Europe, and then they want to get the European residency. The Portuguese Golden Visa is the best Golden Visa in Europe because you must spend from 280,000 euros and you will get automatically Portuguese residency. After 5 years, you can get the Portuguese passport. And all this process you can make remotely. Dasha now will explain everything you want to know about Golden Visa.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to share my presentation of Golden Visa in Portugal. So, things that you don't know about Golden Visa investments in Portugal. First of all, I would like to say that briefly introduce to you Golden Visa program. It's a program for investors that want to have the plan B, for example, and have the Portuguese residence permit. And after 5 years, they want to make the Portuguese passport. And at the same time, they don't have to live permanently in this country to maintain, to keep this residence permit. Further, I'm going to tell you all the details of the advantages of Portuguese Golden Visa. So, well, there are 4 main types of investments that can give you the right to apply for Golden Visa residence permit. The investment in real estate, direct investments, business investments, and investment in science and culture. First one is a direct investment. You have for this to deposit 1 million euros on the Portuguese bank account and keep them for 5 years. Actually, any kind of investment in Portugal you have to keep until the moment you receive the Portuguese citizenship. Afterwards, you can do with your investments whatever you want. The second option of direct investment is to invest at the minimum of 350,000 euros in venture funds. The next one is the investment into science and cultural heritage. Obviously, you have to understand that this kind of investment doesn't give you any guaranteed profit. It's the charity. Be ready for this. But afterwards, you can also apply for Golden Visa. 2 kinds of investments that are, I would say, most reliable ones and most profitable are investment in business and real estate. Business investment can be done by foundation of the company in Portugal and creation of 10 job positions for the next 5 years. And the second option is to invest in already existing company if you don't want to create your own company from the beginning. In this case, you invest the minimum of 350,000 euros, and the company undertakes the creation or the maintenance of 5 job positions for the next 3 years. For example, in case of our company, if somebody wants to invest in the Amberstar real estate, we guarantee the profit of 4% yearly. The next one is the real estate investment, and actually is the type of the investment we are specialized in. Is the investment in the property, in the real estate property. It can be residential or the commercial, whatever you wish. There are 2 main types of the investment. The 500,000. It's the investment in realty independently of its category, location, anywhere, anything that is the property. You can invest in it 500,000 euros, and you get the right to apply for golden visa. In case if the property is located in the area with low population density or with the GDP per capita of less than 75% of national average, you get a 20% discount, and you can, for the minimum of investment, and you can invest the minimum of 400,000 euros. In the second option, you have the investment of 350,000 euros minimum. It's the investment in real estate located in rehabilitation areas or with more than 30 years. And in this case, it's just the same like in another example. You get the 20% of discount if your 30-year-old property or property in the rehabilitation area is located in the areas with low population density. In this case, you can invest the minimum of 280,000 euros. What are the main advantages of applying for a golden visa in Portugal? First of all is quite fast residence permit acquisition in only 8-9 months. In the situation of normal situation without COVID situation, you can get the golden visa in 6 months. But obviously we have to count all the details, all the small situations, waiting lines. So in this situation, we can say 8-9 months, 9 maximum. And obviously, one of the most important things in this golden visa in Portugal is that you don't have to stay here permanently. At least 14 days for each 2-year residence permit, because you get the first golden visa for 2 years, then you have to renovate it for more 2 years, and then more 2 years. After 5 years of having this golden visa, after 5 years of receiving the first golden visa, you can apply for the Portuguese citizenship or the Portuguese permanent residence permit. So you get absolutely the same rights as the Portuguese residents or Portuguese citizens in case if you get the passport. Portugal gives you the right to have double citizenship, so you don't have to refuse your original citizenship if your country also permits that. And obviously, you can make the golden visa for all the family members. If they are dependent on you, for example, children and parents, and for your partners. You can, after applying for golden visa, you have the right to study here, you and your family, to study here, to have the state health insurance, to have the official work in Portugal, or your own business in Portugal. And you have the open circulation in Schengen area, which is also very comfortable advantage. If we talk about the possibility of investing, you can invest by personally, as a person, right? Or as a company, if you already have one. It depends on the kind of taxes that you want to pay, that you are able to pay. And in some cases, if you want to apply for mortgage in Portuguese bank, it also has some different conditions. So we can see if you are interested in, you can contact us, and we can see with you what is the most reliable and comfortable way to invest for yourself. And you can also buy 1, 2, or more properties, which is very comfortable. For example, if you don't find the property which costs 350,000 euros in Porto, you can invest in 2 or 3 properties in order to achieve this minimum amount foreseen by the program. And also, if you, for example, want to buy just the part of the hotel, you want just to invest one that exact amount of 350,000 euros in something which costs more than this amount, you can apply for Golden Visa with someone else, with other investors. For example, 2 or 3 or more investors can buy the same property if each invests the minimum amount foreseen by the program. Also, it depends on the location and the age of the building. You can also rent your property right after the purchase, which is quite a comfortable way to get the income right after the purchase, so you don't lose the time. And all this process, from the beginning, from the investing to the end of the process, receiving the Golden Visa, you can do it remotely. The only time you have to come to Portugal is for collecting of the biometric data. It's the only time you have to physically come here. But for these cases, we have also the solution. We make the invitation and special invitation, and you don't get stuck in the airports. It's a very comfortable way. And also, the remote way of making Golden Visa is the very comfortable way for this current situation with COVID-19. But obviously, if you wish, you can also come here and choose your own property, your own investment physically. It's up to you to decide. Well, besides the practical advantages given by the Portuguese residents, Portugal is also famous for a good quality life, the great level of education held in any European country due to Bologna Treaty, state health insurance, low criminality. It's a very important point because Portugal is on the 3rd place of the most safest countries in the world. Attractive taxations, and the possibility to apply for the mortgage even not being the Portuguese residents. And also the protection of the property rights, of the owner rights, regardless of your citizenship and nationality. Now I'm going to show you a few examples of the properties we have in our database, but have an intention that these properties are not the only ones that we have. We have a lot of examples in our website and in our database, which is not exposed in the website. So if you are really interested in some of these kind of investments, you can contact us. In the end of this presentation, you can see our contacts. And we can see what is the most suitable for your current situation. So the building you can see here is the project on Gonçalo development project on Gonçalo Cristóvão Street in the center of Porto, in the rehabilitation area. So this is the historic area of Porto. The project will be complete in September 2022. And it has around 26 apartments, which are pretty low cost, let's say, starting from 161,000 euros. And for example, to apply for Golden Visa, you can buy 2 or more apartments in this building, and in order to achieve that minimum amount of investment, which is 350,000 euros. And afterwards, you can rent it right after the purchase. You can also rent it with our help, with the help of Amber Star, because we have a lot of projects that people want to buy in order to achieve the income, but they are not ready to rent by themselves because they are not here. So not being physically, they cannot be completely responsible for all that's going on in the apartments. We are here to help and to make your life easier in this way. The next one is the building project on Firmeza Street, which has 5 apartments. One of them is the duplex. Another one has a huge terrace down with the garden, and 3 T1 apartments. You can see it's very modern design. This building actually is a kind of historical building on the street. The facade you can see here was maintained, but the inside part was absolutely built up from the beginning. And this is the result. This project is almost finished and ready to lead, to be how to say, resident, ready for new owners. This one is the residential complex with lounge terrace. On top of the building, you can see the grass there, and the pool, the lounge zone, the sea view. So it's a very chill residential complex with 21 apartments, with the garage and all the amenities in the building that you need. And obviously, well, this kind of complex is not situated in the city center, but a little bit outside, in order to guarantee the calm and very relaxed, peaceful life. Yes. Lounge terrace. So you have some balconies with this kind of view, and also the very modern design inside and comfortable design. All the apartments that are built in Portugal are built. You can see the apartments with the furniture. This is a 3D image. But the kitchen and all the basics of the kitchen, like oven, stove, are included. Yes. So you can see the kitchen is all absolutely included, complete. The rest of the furniture you have to obviously guarantee for yourself, and also the bathrooms with very high quality materials. This project is not a project. Actually, this guest house already exists, and it has the lower price now, the discount, due to the situation with COVID. We are expecting the return of the tourism with the vaccines, and when the people will not be afraid of traveling around. Soon, I hope we'll be back to the tourist market. In this case, it's the guest house, the little one, very cute and cozy. It feels almost like home. You can see here. And has just a few rooms for tourists. In this case, it costs 1,175,000, and you can apply as one of the owner of the investor with other investors in order to apply just for one golden visa, for example, for 350,000 euros, or you can apply, you can invest this minimum amount, 350,000 euros, and for the rest of the amount, you can ask for the mortgage in the Portuguese bank, for example, like you have here. The mortgage rates in Portugal are pretty attractive, from 1.5% to 2%. And you can get the mortgage up to 70% of the whole amount. So it's pretty attractive for non-residents who want to buy commercial real estate. This hotel, the spa hotel in Algarve, in Lagos, next to the beach, has suites for sale from 219,000. In this case, you have to buy 2 suites and apply for golden visa afterwards.
Or it can be 2 people, 2 investors can buy 3 suites,
for example,
and everybody will get a golden visa.
Yes. And in this case, they guarantee the yearly income of 7 to 10%. It's very rare to find this kind of high interest.
Yeah, this spa hotel is situated near the sea, in the south of Portugal. It's a very beautiful place.
Yeah, very touristy. And has a pretty high income per year. I mean, you get the guaranteed income even independently on the
7% is guaranteed.
Yes, 7% is absolutely guaranteed, independently on the rent to tourists. And you have a minimum the limit. 14 days, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
14 days to stay there for free as an owner. For the rest time, they are rented to tourists. And the luxury residences project in Lisbon. It is actually apartment project. It's going to be ready in 2021. And you can also live there, use it as your residence, or rent it, yes. And you also have here the guaranteed income if your option will be for rent, 3% yearly. Absolutely, in the center you can see here Vasco da Gama Bridge, the biggest bridge in Portugal, the longest one. And they also have the lounge zone there. On the top of the roof, you have the lounge relax zone and the pool, and it's everything, and the green zones around, everything in the city center. Absolutely crazy combination. Yes. Well, I would like to mention one more time that it's not these properties are not the only properties we have in our database. We actually have a lot of lands, houses, vineyards, hotels, commercial spaces, and apartments. Depends on your needs. We are here to give you the personal consultation if you're interested in, and to help you with residence permit in Portugal, golden visa, mortgage in Portuguese banks, and everything remotely. Our website, you can visit it, and in the end, you can see our contacts. So that's it with our presentation. If you have any questions, we are ready.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. I saw a few amazing pictures there, and I am sure it is as beautiful as it looks in those pictures. We have a few questions here, and I would like to start asking those questions straight away. First question we have is, please explain visa application process and time.
Explain the process, the application for a golden visa?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, you have to sign the contract with our lawyer and make the power of attorney for the lawyer in order to be represented here by the lawyer and not by, coming here physically, so which makes everything easier.
Firstly, the lawyer will open bank account for client and will make a fiscal number. Okay. Then normally the client choose the property will buy this property, and then the lawyer will ask him to send all documents necessary for apply for golden visa.
Okay, great, great. The second question is, do I buy one property for all my family, or parents can't come? So I believe the question is that if the parents can be a part of the application.
Yes, the parents who are more than 65 years, yes, they can get the golden residency in Portugal also. But if they have less than 65 years, they can apply for golden visa, but they must to show that is dependent of investor. It's
Okay,
not very difficult. Actually, it is very.
They have to be dependent on the financially dependent on the applicant.
Yes. If they are, for example, if they receive any financial help from the investor, or if they are, their residence is on the same address,
it's enough.
Yeah, it's enough.
Great, great, great. Next question we have in Arabic here. I will translate it for you, ladies. The gentleman is asking, I believe it's a gentleman, it's an anonymous attendee, if he can purchase a office, or it has to be a house?
No, it could be any kind of property. It can be office, some kind of commercial shops, yes, everything, anything, yes.
Okay, okay. Another question we have here is that what is the easiest way for an entrepreneur to enter Europe, become a European citizen? So if there are any investment programs for entrepreneurs as well.
Well, we have we have a program for people who want to live here permanently, but they don't want to invest this high amount, but they want to live here in Portugal. We also have a program for these needs. Well, but the person has to prove that he's able to, that they have the financial status for to live here in Portugal. So they have to prove the bank accounts, what they have for living, in order to guarantee the normal living here in Portugal for the first 2 years at least.
It's 635 euros per one person
per year.
Yes, no, every month.
Per month.
And 50% for the partner and 35% for each children. So they must show for each month that they have this money to live, and they must live in Portugal at least 6 months in Portugal.
Okay, so great. So they have, it's not when they're investing in a real estate, they have to live there for 14 days every 2 years, but in this case they have to live for half a year.
Yes,
it's
minimum.
Yes. But it's not the golden visa program, it's another program.
Okay, so perfect. Thank you. I hope you have got your answer, gentlemen. The next question we have is, if I buy a small apartment with minimum cost, can I be eligible for permanent residency?
Can you repeat, please, one more time?
If I buy an apartment with the minimum cost, with the minimum budget, can I be eligible for permanent residency?
Yeah, well, if you buy the property, an apartment, any kind of property for at least 280,000 euros.
Yeah, it can be one property or two properties, as you earlier mentioned.
Sorry?
It can be more than one properties, or it can be one property.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but the amount has to be, minimum amount has to be 280.
Yes, depending on the location, remember.
Yeah, that's very fair. Okay, another question we have is, can I live and work in a European country or only Portugal?
No, when the investor will get his first residence, he could live or work in whole Europe.
Okay. Okay. So it's not limited to Portugal only.
No.
Great. One more question we have here is, what is the school fee for grade 10 child? Interesting.
School fee, you mean the first school, the initial one, or the university?
I believe, no, for the grade 10. So I think it's a high school they're talking.
Well, if it's not a private one, then it's free. If it's the private one, they have their own fees, which I don't acknowledge because we don't have.
Yes, I have just my children in the school, but a school is also, there is private schools and there is public schools. So public schools is free, and private schools cost monthly about 350 to 1,000 euros per month. It depends, you will choose, yes. And we have English schools, French and German.
Great, great. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for answering all these questions and a nice presentation. People are watching us on YouTube as well. I would suggest you to take a look at there as well. We have about 300 people on average looking at us, watching us right now live on YouTube. Whoever is watching us there, please ask your questions in chat. We'll be happy to answer those questions. Once again, thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
All these people who are listening, you will be contacted by these ladies for any inquiries you have later on. Thank you so much. With that, I would like to introduce our next speakers who are joining us and representing Feria DC, a project in USA, and they can help you with the EB5. So any support regarding EB5, we have gentlemen here. First of all, I would like to introduce Mr. Eduardo. Mr. Eduardo is a senior professional with 15 plus years experience in operation management and project management. He has a master's degree in supply chain management and master's degree in maritime law and business. With him is his colleague, Mr. Juan I. Sales. He's a chef and an entrepreneur with 15 plus years of experience. He's right now running a successful restaurant with 60 plus employees. Hello, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Hi, Abdul. Thank you for the introduction. Well, we're doing great. Thank you for hosting this. Hello, everybody in Egypt. Whenever you're ready, we can start.
We are ready. We are ready. We are actually looking forward to see more about US right now. What are you offering?
Great. Okay. Let's start. Hold for a sec. Let's start with the main issue here. We have to dream big. Okay. This is about dreaming big. We are offering the possibility to move to the United States, and not just the possibility to move there, but the quickest way to get a green card, which is the EB5 program. It is a program run by the US government, and EB5 means employment based. Okay, I will leave Juan to give us a little introduction on the program. Juan, please go ahead.
Hello. How are you? So I'm going to give you a small introduction on the EB5 Immigrant Investor Program. So as Eduardo said, it is an employment-based visa created by USCIS to stimulate the economy and job growth. And this allows foreigners to become permanent residents. So it basically provides a method of obtaining a green card by investing money. Okay. After you obtain this green card, after 5 years, you will be able to obtain the US passport. So in the end, that could be your main goal. So this program this program enables foreigners to obtain a permanent residency more expeditiously than any other visa options in the US. So the US citizenship is only one investment away. Next slide, please. The EB5 program offers foreign nationals permanent residency in the US by the means of a green card, okay, in exchange for a qualified investment. The main benefits you'll receive with this green card is you will have unrestricted employment options. Your children will have a greater chance for college admission because they are residents, and reduced tuition for college. You will have the opportunity to travel in and out of the US with no problems. You could opt for support through retirement, and these benefits are available for the entire household. So for your wife and children, they will all be covered by these benefits. Next.
Okay, I'm going to take over here. Well, what are the basic requirements of a program? Okay, you need a fixed investment amount. There are two amounts to be invested. One is $1.8 million, $1.8 million. But depending on the project, you have a category that's called target employment area. That's $900,000. The Feria project is in a target employment area, so that's the investment we're offering. Okay. Also, another requirement is you need to create 10 full-time jobs in the US. So, by this I mean those 900,000 should create 10 full-time jobs. It can be done. Usually, it's a in a 5-year period, but it doesn't necessarily has to be. And you have to demonstrate that the money you're investing has not obtained by criminal acts. I mean, you have to demonstrate where you get your money from. If you're, of course, interested in participating in the EB5 program, we can gladly set up a call with our immigration attorney. You will see further in the presentation, and they will gladly help you out. You can use whatever immigration lawyer you want, so that's also not a problem. So, summarizing this, the EB5 Investor Program is your quickest path, path to U.S. citizenship and permanent, and you can get permanent residency within 18 months. But that's the immigration part of this presentation. Let's discuss about the opportunity. Okay, here we're presenting our Feria DC project, which is a means to enroll in this path. Okay, Feria is a fixed income property investment that provides food services, commercial retail space, and operations, and system infrastructure to multiple subtenants in a format we have called culinary hall. Basically, we are renting space for culinary entrepreneurs. Okay, it is indeed a full-service, unique, first-class culinary hall and incubator concept. It is located in Washington, D.C.'s downtown area, and as we have 8 fully equipped kitchens with chef-driven, high-quality culinary proposals with a casual and modern setting. Okay, Feria will provide an exceptional opportunity to chefs and food startups to refine their culinary concepts and interact with the general public with gourmet cuisine and affordable prices assembled in a comfortable Feria environment or market environment, emulating the traditional European markets. Okay, it is a unique concept in an emerging field. Okay, it's part of a surge in sharing economy business, such as Airbnb and Uber. Okay, culinary halls have become the fastest growing retail niche in the food industry, according to several magazines. Okay, and as you can see here, there are plenty of room, not just to grow, but to develop business in the city. This is a perspective on how the food business is in the city. This is pre-COVID data, so there is a lot of interest in food in the city. Okay, how are we organizing this? We have an exceptional operating team. There's myself. I am a senior professional with more than 20 years experience. I've done. I was a director of operations for the biggest Spanish window covering conglomerate, biggest conglomerate in Europe. Before leaving Feria, before leaving the company to develop Feria, I'm gonna leave Juan to tell us about himself a little bit.
Yes, hello. Yes, hello. So I'm a chef and entrepreneur with more than 15 years of experience. I graduated from Le Cordon Bleu in Paris and the École Hôtelière de Lausanne in Switzerland. I co-founded and I'm the executive chef of a restaurant and takeout shop in Venezuela, which we opened in 2003. It's still operating with 4 locations and over 60 employees. We opened a restaurant and takeout shop in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, which we successfully sold last year in order to focus myself completely on Feria.
Great. I'm gonna describe. Oh, there's also Michael Sternberg, our partner, who had an emergency and couldn't make it today. Okay, Michael Sternberg has 45 years in the restaurant business. He originally was the original founder of Morton's in DC. He went from Chicago to DC to found to develop the Morton business. He was chairman of the DC Convention Center for several years. Also, he has created a lot of iconic restaurants in the city. He also served as it is still serving as member of the board of the directors of the National Restaurant Association. So, I mean, there's a very, very strong group, a very experienced group here developing this project.
So we are experts in food and beverage management, sales, and logistics. This is our first EB5 project. So we teamed up with the best partners available in the EB5 market. So we're working with Saul, Ewing, Arsene, and Lair as our immigration lawyers and with drafting all the necessary documents. We have a partnership with a company called NES Financial. They provide EB funds administration for multiple projects. They are considered the gold standard in EB5. And we are working with 2 regional centers. We're working with Causa out of Puerto Rico and the EB5 affiliate network out of Washington, DC. So as you can see, this is a very, very well-rounded team. Next slide, please, Eduardo. So let's talk about Feria. How does Feria make money? We are actually, our main sources of income are these first 2. So licensing, we are going to be renting kitchen spaces and store spaces to entrepreneurs and chefs and other food startups, okay? So these startups and chefs will be paying a fixed rent and a percentage share of sales. We are going to be running the bar operations. So, and bar operations are, when they're well managed, are very, very successful in the US and very important. And so basically we are landlords who sell liquor. That's basically our 2 main sources of income. One of our most important aspects also on our concept is that we are, this culinary hall is going to work also as an incubator. So we're going to offer chefs and entrepreneurs a possibility to test concepts and to train themselves in managing a food and beverage concept. So in the future, if they want to open their own brick and mortar shop, they can go there with us hand by hand, and we'll help them, and we'll go through them all the steps of the way. We are going to have a private event space, and to generate extra income. We are always looking for sponsors and are willing to do advertisements. So as a dealer that's launching a new model of car, wine brand that wants to launch in America, and other products. We will also be offering mentoring sessions for our entrepreneurs, so they can develop their specialize their skills a bit more. One aspect that we are not commenting on here is we are going to be developing a pretty important delivery and pickup platform. So we are going to manage all the deliveries, whether it is by foot into the surrounding buildings, or it's Uber Eats or Grubhub. We are going to be centralizing that, and so we can take advantage of that big structure and send food and to the building we're going to be in and surrounding areas. Next slide, please. Okay, so let's talk about the capital stack and the investment opportunity we're offering. So the capital needed to develop the project is actually $8.4 million, okay? $6.3 million out of those 8.4 are going to be coming from EB5 investors, okay? These EB5 investors will lend us each $900,000, and they will receive, apart from their green card, they will receive a 5% interest rate annually, okay? So this 5% is actually really high in the EB5 market. And the reason that we are offering such a high interest rate is that we want to get the project funded fast. And as COVID just happened and hopefully will be passing through soon, we want to be the prettiest bride. And as I told you, we want to get the project funded quickly. We also raised $1.7 million in our investments and investment for friends and family, and we secured a $400,000 commercial investment. So these funds are going to be used as follows. So 5.6 million are going to be used for project building and construction, and 2.8 million are going to be used as startup funds and working capital. Apart from that, we are going to receive a reimbursement from our landlord as soon as we finish the construction, okay? So he's gonna reimburse us with $1.67 million in cash, which we will keep for capital payments and interest payments for our investors. All of this for an expected job creation of 174 jobs. As Eduardo mentioned, each investor must create 10 jobs. And so we are pretty comfortable on that aspect. Next slide, please, Eduardo.
Okay, let's go a little bit over the Feria economic perspective. Okay, this is a summary of our prospective P&L. On the first year, you can see we are actually making some money back. That's when we are getting our 1.6 million from the landlord cash back, and that, as Juan just said, will be saved to pay back our investors and take care of interest. As you can see, Feria has a very good return and it's perfectly capable of delivering what we promise. So we are very comfortable with this, and these are very let's say conservative figures. Juan, please tell us about
So I would like to comment with you on the project status and the milestones we've achieved. So the construction will start March, April 2021. So that's in four months. The liquor license has been already granted. This is a very fast time to market project. So construction and setup are expected to be 6 months. So our target opening date was going to be October, November by the end of next year. We have a trophy location. It's a newly renovated space across from the historic Carnegie Library, which recently became the biggest Apple store in America. We are in a building that's fully leased and ready for occupancy. So our co-tenants are Apple. They have their government relationship department, Baker Potts law firm, Equinox Gym, and WeWork lease 3 floors. This is a great thing because there are going to be thousands of people working here, and they are prospective clients for us. Next.
Okay, let's go over downtown DC at a glance. I mean, this is if you take a 15-minute walk in any direction from Feria, you will find this. That the age is 33.9. That's a median age, so that's great because we're attracting a lot of young people. That the city has had a 19% population growth, and it has been growing for the last 5 years. We have 10,000 daytime employees, which is a great amount of people coming in and out. Also, the convention center, of course. A very high average income, household income. 6,700 hotel rooms. There's a new hotel across the street, so that's 300 hotels. That's going to be 300 more rooms. 217 annual convention center events. That's basically one every day and a half, and that brings a huge amount of traffic. 220 annual events on the Capital One Arena, where the basketball and the hockey team plays, and that's 3 blocks away. As let's see it on the map, which is easier. The convention center is on top. We are located in the middle. The Apple store is in the roundabout across the street. Then you have City Center, which is a prime shopping space and a retail. 2 blocks away. Chinatown with the Capital One Arena, it's 3 blocks away. So it's really a great location, and we expect a huge amount of traffic. Also, it is located right in the middle of between the White House and the U.S. Capitol. Okay, let's go now to the operational strengths of this project. We have a successful and experienced current blue chef. We have also one of DC's most experienced restaurateurs and consultant in the food and beverage business, which is also going to help our tenants. We have the best technology, restaurant technology available. We have the best technology in DC with continuous traffic all year long. We have the Brand Guild, which is one of the best PR firms in the city and in the country, with an excellent social media and events team, which is going to help us bring as much traffic as possible. We also have minimal operational involvement in each restaurant. We don't get in the restaurant's operation. I mean, we don't get involved in that. We don't operate restaurants. We sell the space, and basically, as Juan just said, which is a line I love, we're landlords that can sell liquor. And we also are experts in operation management and the restaurant business. So what is it we want? With this project, we want to make our investor part of a project. There are 3 people developing this project with a huge experience and a great team on our back. Okay, and they will be directly in contact with us. So they can be sure that the EB5 process is being taken care of. And of course, the business, which is an important part, is also running well. So, for example, if you decide to invest in this project and go to DC, You can call us at any time. Hey, Michael, Eduardo, Juan, we're here. Okay, come on over. We can have lunch, for example. I mean, we're very close. I mean, you can contact us like at any time. Okay, this is a picture of the actual building. As you can see, right in front of us, there's the feria space. It's ready for occupancy. We're hoping to start construction, as Juan said, in April, March, April, depending on the permits. So we're basically ready to start. This is our contact information. So please don't hesitate to contact us if you need anything, any more information on the EB5 program or the feria project. And that's it. We hope you liked it, and please we welcome your questions.
Thank you so much, Eduardo and Juan. I loved it. I don't know about others, but I loved it. We do have some questions for you. I hope you're ready for it.
Sure.
Perfect. First question is that, can I bring my family over straight away, or how long will it take from investment to settlement?
So the green card will be given to you approximately 18 months after you invest and submit your application, and you come with your family. Yeah, your wife and children are all included, and will receive all of the benefits.
Okay. Second question we have here is, how safe Washington is now?
Well, that's a very good question. I mean, the city is pretty safe. There's no guns allowed in the district, so if that's a concern.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much, I mean, there have been, as we all know, there have been protests and all around the country, as in many places. But
Yeah.
it is pretty safe. It is pretty quiet, so people are behaving quite well. The COVID thing has been managed amazingly. It's one of the areas of the country with less impact of the pandemic. So they're basically doing awesome.
Okay, great. I have a question for both of the companies. Basically, I would like to ask you first, Eduardo. Gentleman asked that he has an Eritrean passport. Can he apply?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no nationality barriers.
No. The only thing that will, let's say, he will be, of course, he will have to go through a background check. That's government.
That's pretty standard, yeah.
Yeah, pretty standard, and he will have to go to. I mean, the source of funds should be, okay.
Yeah, the
source of
funds.
That's
the source of funds is
only basic requirements. Maybe there are some technicalities that we can, but no restrictions on how many. How, I mean, on your nationality. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, there's probably a limit on how many Eritreans can apply in a year, but that's not an issue. I mean, he won't be denied the application.
Okay, great. One more, Daria, I would like to ask the same question to you as well. If there are any nationality restrictions for Portugal Golden Visa?
No, there are no restrictions of nationalities, of citizenship. I mean, for Golden Visa, you have the only restriction is you cannot have another European citizenship. For others, there's no restrictions. And the only problem could be the same problem. I mean, you have to prove the legality of the of your funds, and you don't have to be forbidden for entrance to European Union or to Portugal, for example. And you don't have, I mean, yes, this probably are the only restrictions. Everything has to be legal, let's say.
Great. Thank you, Daria. Going back to Eduardo, next question, Eduardo, we have is, tell us about the cost of living and how much do I need to invest to cover cost of living?
Well, Juan, you live in the US. Please tell us about it.
Well, it obviously depends on your lifestyle. With children, I mean, it can go from depending on the area where you live. If you want to live in downtown DC, in the center of the city, or in the metropolitan area, I mean, it can go from $6,000 to $15,000 a month. I mean, it depends. It also depends if you have children, how many children you have. Yeah, it depends on many things. Yeah. But I think there are possibilities for all budgets. I think.
Yeah, and you can with the EB5 program you can live in any part of the country. I mean, there's no restriction.
Yeah,
you don't have to live in
you
DC.
don't have to live in DC. Yeah, and you can work
yeah.
wherever in the country.
You can work.
And your wife too.
Start your own company. You can develop your own business. You can work for whatever you need, or you cannot work at all if you have the means to. You can do whatever you want. So yeah. It's. I mean, your expenses will vary greatly depending on where you choose to live.
Yeah. If you're in DC and if you're in Texas or Montana or something like that, or California, it would all depend. But you will be able to live anywhere you want in the US.
Great. Mr. Mohammed Rabi has asked to send the presentation by email. Mr. Rabi, you will be contacted by presenters after the show, and you'll be contacted through email and your given number. So wait for the call, please. Thank you so much. One more question we have here is, that's also in Arabic. Gentleman wants to know that can he invest in any other business other than restaurant?
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. I mean, this is the business we're offering, but yeah, he can invest in whatever business he chooses. He has to find a project and invest in it.
Yeah, he needs to find a project that's offering the possibility to invest through EB5, and he can invest with.
Let me remind you just to have something very, very straight. Is that we are not a restaurant. We don't operate restaurants. We operate the space.
But we are going to be leasing.
Yeah,
we're landlords. We're sell liquor, as Eduardo said.
But then he can invest in whatever he wants.
Okay. One final question I have here is that do I need certain experience or paperwork?
Nope.
No, you just need to file your application, source of funds. You need the passport from your country to be
valid.
I mean, just you probably need to share your birth certificate or whatever personal information you may have. But yeah, no, anyone can apply if you can invest, if you have the funds to invest.
Great. Thank you so much, Eduardo and Juan. Thank you so much for
thank you so much, Abdul.
Thank you, Abdul.
The amazing presentation we had before that. I would again stress to everyone who is listening to us that these are the legal and government approved procedures to invest in these countries and have permanent residencies. Our experts are giving you a free advice right now, and we will be contacting you after the show. If you have any questions, please leave them to our email addresses that were provided to you, or you can ask our speakers directly. More than that, please follow us on our Facebook and YouTube. We have more events coming up. We have more updates on our YouTube. You can follow us, and if you want to revisit this video, this presentations, you can go to YouTube and it will be uploaded there. You can find us there as well, TEG Media. It will be easy to find. Thank you so much today for the presentations today, Daria, Eduardo, and Juan. Thank you so much for being here. Looking forward to see you guys again.
Thank you, Abdul. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Abdul.
Bye, Daria.
Thank you, Daria. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Thank you, everybody.